We sliding through the town, man. We sliding through the town.
How we get down?
Got the birthday boy with me.
Yeah, also.
Hey man, stay safe world. You already know what's going on. We gotta talk about this situation with Takeoff, man. One of the key things that have been occurring and similarities that people have been pointing out is the fact that J Prince Jr., there's a lot of things showing in the direction that he has something to do with it. Number one being in Quavo's video with a burner actively driving around and shit. Number two, also being involved in another very similar shooting that occurred in Houston, man. At the same type of situation happened with Duke the Jeweler, man. We're gonna get right into it and the similarities between everything and what's going down. But before we do, I'm gonna need y'all to like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna run this up. Make sure y'all check out the merch link in the description. So let's go. Man, this is definitely like heart-wrenching news, hearing the death of Takeoff, 1/3 of Migos. He was basically gunned down in a Houston mall / bowling alley area where they were having a large-scale celebrity dice game, man, hosted by none other than J Prince Jr., who, if you don't know, has had a crazy history with these dice games, because previously, like 2 months ago, Duke the Jeweler, who was a famous Chicago jeweler, he basically was gunned down after one of these dice games, and he was seen in the video with J Prince, and it was just looking like a super sketchy area. And J Prince Jr., he's the son of J Prince, who is like one of the head like mob type figures throughout the US. He has close ties with Drake. He was the one that was a mediator between Drake and Kanye. Kanye even went as far as to say that he apologized to Drake because he didn't want J Prince on him, because J Prince is the dude, the leader of the underworld, basically, allegedly, and he has a lot of motion in Houston. J Prince Jr. be setting up these dice games that celebrities pull up to. The last one with Duke the Jeweler was at Boosie's crib. It had a lot of random niggas there, had a lot of different people, and then this dude ends up getting shot outside of the fucking Houston like area where there was a show and got robbed. And then fast forward a couple months later, it's almost an identical situation. Obviously it's a dice game and there's gonna be people with guns anyways and shit, but it's like the coincidence is kind of weird. Either his dice games, which he is supposed to be protecting because he's the person who the rappers call for security and is known for like basically extorting rappers when he tried to extort NBA Youngboy, but he basically is supposed to be the person that is the protector, you know, like protecting these rappers. They pay for protection from this dude and they get protected. That's why he's walking around with the big ass gold chains. And people were pointing out the fact that it was like super weird for a number of reasons. There was an eerie video of them driving through the 5th Ward of Quavo with J Prince Jr., and they're basically just driving and shit, and he points the camera at J Prince Jr. You actively see it sitting right there. That's number one. Number two, you see another scene basically after the whole situation happens. People are screaming and yelling and stuff, and like basically Takeoff is on the ground dead. There's a scene of J Prince Jr. sort of casually walking by, and people were pointing out the fact that he looked really like too casual, and some people were saying he was laughing. I didn't see that, but it definitely seemed like he was walking like with no urgency. Like you see Quavo, he was pretty fucked up over the video. It was definitely sad, but then Takeoff, you know, was dead. I don't even know if I can show the video, but J Prince Jr. was sort of just strolling like he was going through the mall or like fucking walking through the airport or some shit. It's just an eerie coincidence, similarities as to what happened with Duke the Jeweler. It's almost identical, like literally identical. Like if you look at this shit, it's like basically the same story except Duke the Jeweler got robbed. But in this case, we don't know if anyone got robbed and there's not any more details. But you know, regardless, J Prince definitely had something to do with it, allegedly. I'm not saying that he had something like to do with actually shooting him, but he's the one that organizes these games, so he literally had something to do with it, with both of these situations, you know. And at this point, it's kind of crazy that no one's even asking these type of questions, man. But hey, let me know in the comments. I'm not trying to clout chase or nothing like that. I'm just pointing out similarities about the situation. Let me know what y'all think about this shit, man. Real say shit. You already know what's going on. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Peace.